the Astoria-Megler Bridge, an engineering marvel that spans 4.1 miles from the town of Astoria all the way across the mighty Columbia River to the tiny town of Megler, Washington. If not for the effort of the Astoria Clowns, a fun-loving but serious group of local business people, this bridge might not even exist. In the mid-1950s, the Clowns started a statewide campaign to send one message.
Their sole concept, their whole goal was to promote the idea of building the bridge.
And it worked. The legislatures from Oregon and Washington jumped on board. Construction began November 2nd, 1962. The construction of the bridge would be the final missing link in the long-desired Trans-American Highway, a continuous, uninterrupted motor route between the Canadian and Mexican borders. The bridge design was a joint effort of the highway departments of Washington and Oregon. The monumental construction effort required 100,000 cubic yards of concrete, 6,000 tons of steel rebar, and 12,000 pounds of structural steel. Four years and 2 weeks after breaking ground, the bridge was done.
On the day of dedication in 1966, the Governor Hatfield from Oregon, Governor Evans from Washington, cut the ribbon, assisted by Miss Oregon, Miss Washington, the Astoria Clowns that were incredibly important to the story, and 30,000 visitors.
Really?
Were there to see it and celebrate it.
Wow.
Upon completion of the bridge, the local newspaper said it was one of the most important things that had ever happened to our community. Right up there with Robert Gray sailing into the mouth of the Columbia and discovering the Columbia River, Lewis and Clark and John Jacob Astor establishing this place as an outpost.
Things were about to change in Astoria.
The reason it was so important, 57 years later, it's easy for us to take it for granted, even though 6,000 vehicles a day cross it, but the thing is that it had a lot of importance to the community. It was an economic engine for Northwest Oregon, for Southwest Washington.
To help pay the $24 million construction cost, a toll was imposed to cross the bridge.
Businesses boomed after it was built. A lot of the people realized that yes, this was important, and it wasn't just Astoria. It really was a good portion of the state was now accessible and had not been. There's certain things you're going to bring across on a small ferry boat, and there's things you're not going to bring across on a ferry boat. So the bridge changed the world for both states.
In 1996, something interesting happened. Remember that toll to cross the bridge?
Especially in today where a lot of people are cynical about government, it represents a promise made and a promise kept.
How so?
Because the people that were advocating for it said, once it's built, once it's paid for, we will take the toll out and we will never charge for you to cross that bridge again. And they did. Once it was paid for, the $24 million that it cost to build, once they accumulated that much money, they took the toll out.
How about that? Now, I might be breaking some sort of unspoken rule here because this is Destination Oregon, and I'm currently standing in the state of Washington. We just crossed the Astoria-Megler Bridge, 4.1 miles, and we wanted to give you some perspective of how far that is. You can see Astoria across the river, and it looks tiny from here. More than 1.6 million vehicles cross the Astoria-Megler Bridge each year. I think the Astoria Clowns were onto something.
It brings tourists, it's an economic driver, it brings goods, it brings family and friends. It does everything they thought it would.
And it makes for a pretty amazing photo op. In Astoria, this is Dave Jones for Destination Oregon.